So it's about bisexual men. Okay.
This is about bisexual men and
me.
how people be hating on bisexual men. Like, for instance, Amberlynn, wow. Wrong Amber. Not the big girl. Amber Rose was on a interview where the guy was like, oh, would you ever date a bisexual man? She's like, honestly, no. I just wouldn't be comfortable with it. Comfortable? Comfortable with what? It really aggravates my soul. So, I'm not going to name any names, but I was with a bunch of old coworkers, and we were all having dinner, and the topic of sex kind of came up. It was her, but also like a bunch of others that I think you may know the names. But anyway.
Okay, got it. Yeah. Yes.
So, and the man that she was fucking, which, I mean, whatever. Anyway, but we were all talking about...
Excuse me.
That's a different topic. This one is the one that I feel needs to be a protective class here.
Yes, because I also have a thing. Go, Lo.
So, they were just saying how, like, they don't see that bisexual men are masculine because they be with men. And I'm just like, but you don't know, like, okay, if we're really talking about, like, demasculating a man because he's a bottom, like, that doesn't tie or
Isn't that misogynistic?
That sure is.
Yeah, because you're just tying it down.
Because it's like, what about women? Let's talk about her. We are made to be the submissive race, to lie down and get bread and fucked and everything.
So when you talked about it with the coworkers, what was the...
First of all, that was me against 20 people I don't care. I will literally fight in my corner for all bi men because it's just not fair. For me, I'm just like, can you not think of the possibilities? You stupid ass. I bet you all these straight women are also like, oh my god, my man would love if we were in a threesome, but he would never have another man.
Then he wouldn't want to have a threesome. He just...
At all. He just wants to fuck another bitch. Yeah. Meanwhile, if you're with a bisexual man...
the possibilities are open.
The whole world is open.
And you can enjoy more.
You can enjoy more. You can enjoy the flavors. It's just... I don't know. It's just
I feel like we've had the same amount of friends, which happen to be heterosexual women, straight women, which sometimes it could be a little,
girl, shut your fucking mouth.
Like, okay, so one of my intimate friends came out to me as bisexual, and I said fine, because there's also this thing where I feel like a lot of gay people, use that to coast into gay.
Yeah, buy now, gay later.
Right, which that's fine, but you should always take, because even if it is, like, I'm not that, so who am I to tell them what they are? Because then I would be the people that told me what I was, what I couldn't be, but then I'm like, because here's my thing, people are like, when you can choose to be gay or whatever, and it's like, okay, but like, if that's true, then like, choose to be gay, thank you, then choose to be gay right now. Like, show me. Like, go, be gay. Like, live a gay lifestyle. And then it's like, oh, no, that's not how it works. It's like, okay, well.
Live your truth, bitch. And if you can't even go outside and say that you're fucking bisexual or gay, then...
So the rhetoric just got you heated of, like, excuse me. Well, I've always thought this, too, like, you just... Because I get very, like, because you can't tell women what to like, but then it's like...
My comment.
Because you get to do more, you get to experience more, you just have less boundaries.
I guess it's not even like, with the boundaries. For me, it's more, how can you lock yourself away from a potential to be with somebody just because of like a past experience? Because I even tried to play devil's advocate. And I'm like, what if the man that you're talking to had like an experimental phase where he's like, I dated a couple guys just to,
and I didn't like it, yeah.
And it just, it was alright, but I think I just prefer more women. No. You like a man?
Gay.
That shit gets me so mad.
Yes, and the crappy part is, like, on my perspective, I didn't have to, but I befriended most of those women, so I kind of had to be like, sister, that's a little, like, why don't you hate gay people too? Like, not hate, but, like, you secretly, like, it's one of those things where you're like, oh, I'm okay with you that you're gay, but as long as it's not in my life. It's like, thank you for letting me coast by.
But then it's those same fucking people that literally, let's flip the script now. If it's me that they can be friends with, it's all of a sudden like, oh my God, let's go drinking. Yeah. Oh my God, you're so
Let me kiss you one time.
No, ma'am, Pam.
Oh my God, listen, I could do
that shit gets me so
I could do a
mad.
whole, filibuster on women that love to play lesbian,
lesbian at night.
Yeah. Ladies of the night. They literally
right after a couple juice, they all of a sudden.
Oh my God, you're so hot. Oh, look how you're
my gosh, I've always loved looking at you. Oh my gosh, your body is just so, I just wish, I could be as pretty as you.
Please.
Can I? No.
Get away from me.
Get away from me, man. I'm going to tattletale onto your man.
Because those are the first types of people to turn on you.
Did I ever tell you? And it's funny that you even say that because this bitch did turn on me. But it literally was her and her man's fault. I take no blame in this except for staying longer than I should have.
You are not in the relationship. That is not my problem.
They literally kept trying to pull me into the relationship. Get away from me. Okay, did I ever tell you that story? This happened to me in college. So
Lord.
Her name was Catherine. I don't give two fucks name dropping this bitch because she's psycho. Her and her man. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if they're even still together to this day because she literally, the way she was with this guy, you'd think by this time put a fucking ring on this bitch. She's literally her problem, and I'm gonna read both of them because they both have problems and it's causing to bleed outside of their relationship to their friendships, and it's you can't keep doing this.
Did they put everybody in their problems?
I don't know the other people because if it's one thing I'm very wary of in the beginning, it's if I'm friends with you, don't assimilate me into your friends group. I don't even know you like that.
Right.
What makes you think I want to know other flavors of weird?
Yeah. I don't know you, Josh.
What if I'm the Regina George? What if I'm the evil bitch and I ruin everything? But no.
That tends to be the case.
That is neither here nor there. So what happened is that when we first met, it was just her. And she's like, oh, my boyfriend's trying to get into the military. So I'm like, oh, cute. He's off fighting to save the world and you're in art school.
Right.
Good for you. And her dad is pretty well off. So he rented a duplex pretty close to campus. Mm-hmm. So she could just ride her bike to school. So I was like, oh, wow. That's pretty lit. So we were in the same major. Everything was Gucci. Mm-hmm. Bro, tell me how. She's like, oh, come over to my house. I'm like, okay. Sure, let's hang out. Let's key. And this was also during the time when broke up. Mm-hmm. So I had no friends because all of his friends were my friends. We all just hung out, and I was like, well, guess I'm by myself. Maybe I should start making friends in my little area. Hey girls. It's just everyone in my major was so weird. It was just a known thing. Illustration people, stay away. Anyway, but. No, for real. To the point where people thought I was in completely different majors.
What you eat? Why you eat bleach? Girl, why you bleach?
Tide pods.
Right.
For lunch.
Can you believe that was a trend? Then again, I would believe people do anything for fame. But that's another part.
Listen, they already had to put sensors on certain cereal boxes because they put Pokemon cards in them, and they're the chance to win. So of course everyone's
excuse me.
Give me. Yeah. I'm gonna steal all the Pokemon cards. But anyway, so I go over to her house. I told her verbatim, I have a project I need to finish. So I'm going to be in the library for a couple hours. So you go home first, get yourself, shower, whatever.
Whatever you need to do.
And I'll come over. Campus is only, I shit you not, 2 minutes away. Mm-hmm. So why is it that I text her, hey, I'm on my way.
Oh, okay, girl, that's perfect. A good old grinder hookup, bitch.
Bitch, tell me how she opens her front door when I get there, and she's head to toe, butt ass naked, the day literally, she was born. And literally. I'm hey, what's up? What's going on? Do you need a minute? Do you want me to wait a little bit? No, come in.
Right.
Pulls me in. I'm in the couch. She's finishing doing her thing, and I'm literally, and this is when I was heavy on Tumblr, so I was there live blogging everything. This bitch literally into the door, butt ass naked. What is going on?
You did tell me about the live blogging. Okay, you might have told me a piece of this. Yes.
So long story short, after a brief conversation of, just talking sexual stuff because she was having issues with her man, she's like,
I rebuke.
Yeah, why does this always have to end up being the precursor? It's you're having a relationship problems, I'm having relationship problems, but you don't need to know that. Because I know I'm fire. I can go pick up anybody right now. I just know my options are open.
Right.
And she's literally oh my gosh, you're bisexual? Oh my gosh, you like girls?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I love kissing girls, but sometimes I only do it when I get drunk and blah blah. And I'm like,
You see, that's the good thing for the queer person in the moment there, because it's like, I'm about to get some. But that's not good for what we're perpetuating. You see, that's where I don't fault the queer person. I'm like, because we've all done it many times. In this case, I've done it.
Sure, I have followed.
I have a hall pass full of stars.
I have.
I don't give a fuck if you want me to be your experiment.
Right.
I'm science class.
Like, I am the professor today. And I don't mind going home with you as like a little hookup or whatever. But my thing is that like if we're having an invitation to have this conversation, does not mean I automatically want to have sex with you. And that was her problem because
she thought, you're talking, you want it. No.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Because literally I'm like, just because I said, yeah, I'm into girls, yeah, I don't mind doing this, yeah.
I said that's into girls, not into you, baby.
And then I'm like, I'm always open for the idea of threesomes. Like, sexually, I'm an open book. There's certain things I probably would never try once, but that's very, like, the list is very small. Why are we playing telephone? Why are we going from this conversation to going straight to your man saying, yeah, she's open, she wants it, she did this. And then the boyfriend, all of a sudden, I don't know what he got in his brain, because I don't talk to him. I just know he showed up out of nowhere one day, being like, yeah, I couldn't make it into the military. Now I gotta find a whole other job. Oh, hey, is this the baddie you were talking about that is down for the threesomes and is down to have sex and blah, 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 blah? And then every 5 seconds that we would be alone together.
That is this the bad? Excuse me. I'm here. I'm in the room, Josh.
And
we're talking to bitch.
And then it's just like the moment, and it's like, if it's really gonna be like that where both of y'all are on the same page, then I would have to sit down and talk to both of y'all. But no, it was the boyfriend. The girl, I don't know what the girl told him, but in his brain, he thought it was just open, ready, and available.
Ready for open picking season.
Right, so he, like, the moment we were alone, he'd always be like, damn, I want to get you alone. Damn, I want to do this and this
Which
and this
that
and this.
rolls back to bisexual men, because that threesome thing, like, wouldn't it be funny because if you were a boy, then it wouldn't even be a fucking question.
No, it would be like, get the fuck out of my house.
You flaggette.
Get
you
out.
big flaggette.
I'm not letting you touch me. Get away from me.
Which, also, can we just talk about no tea, no shade? If they close their eyes, hey, why don't you just close your eyes real quick and see what your girlfriend does to you? Babe buzz.
Like, hello.
Like,
mouth is a mouth when you turn the lights off. You know what I mean?
But yeah, so they basically the one of the most outrageous bi erasure moments I've had, which I didn't even think was real, was actually in FIU in college when I was sitting in class and we were in the child development part of the section and we were taking notes and they were talking about sexuality and this like butch
Not
lady,
Butch.
my fellow juster in the community, she was like, the teacher was talking about sexuality and then bisexual came up and he was like, she literally said, oh, ha ha ha, those bisexuals, they're confused, they just need to pick a side.
Girl, sit your
I
ass
was
down.
like, please.
I wish we went to school together because he has plenty of stories to tell you how I just be disrupted.
Right. Excuse me. Like, first of all, that got and I hated that because that was around the time that I met the friend that I told you about that came out to me as bi, and he was a little bit on the phlegm side. Okay. But here's the thing: even if you like girls 1% and because I cannot, the female genitalia is gorgeous and wonderful, but it do not excite me in any type of way. It's just not my tea.
And that's how you know.
It's just not my tea. Like I've looked at it in trans, in blah, and cla, and I've seen it in trans men, and that's the only reason why I can never get with a trans man. It's just
you don't like vagina.
It's just not my.
Yeah,
I am allied to you, my queen,
sister.
And that's not to say that you don't see respect, but there are just people that can't. Now, I have met gay people that are gayer than me. Don't do a trans man though.
Like at all, like completely transition?
Like they'll do trans men that are still pre-op, like still have, which is like that just goes to tell you how I feel like sexuality is evolving.
Yeah, because in that case, wouldn't that be like, as the gay man, not the person that's transitioning, but the other person, wouldn't that mean like yes, you're gay, but maybe you also are into like non-binary, like people that are like you're still transitioning. Because sometimes I feel like with gay and then lesbian and then like in that, like I feel like those terms kind of.
Well, we're not ready for the conversation of how the gay community just loves to talk about how they don't want to be boxed in, but they're just ready with label guns.
I know. Like, I know. They got their label maker ready and everything.
You are this.
But, which
kind of no, it's not, because when you think about it, like how we want to live a life where we're not judged by our actions by the regular society, which is the heteronormative community.
Sure.
Then when we come into us and then we start labeling, which people are gonna say, well,
I
you
like
have
labels.
to. Right. Here's the thing: people like labels because you like to see what you're gonna get from the world.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I think what it is that people need a name to what it is that they're feeling or wanting to look like or just anything. People like, despite not liking labels, people like to know what it's like you said, like people like to know what they're expecting from like someone else, but also like, why do I feel this way?
Now,
what am I?
I can also bring up, because labels are important when...
Yes, but my point before I forget it,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like sometimes what happens with like when we bring up the labels, like, because now since we're expanding the names, people only knew lesbian, bi, and gay.
Yeah.
It's like you as a gay man only like dick. Like, I feel like sometimes, like, for the other
dick
side...
Dick and ass,
sorry. Yeah, dick and ass, but, like, there's not even a slight percentage for vagina.
Yeah, because...
Same thing with lesbians. There's not even a slight percentage.
This is why I understand and respect
like
when people come as they are.
Yeah.
So when a man tells you he's bi, to a certain degree... just respect that he might be into. Now here's the thing: there are also things like pan and rock-a-tack-a-tack, which goes into deeper. I'm assuming I don't get too much. I
used to identify as pansexual for the longest, just so that I could avoid
the drama and the
explain. Yeah, because my short explanation for it always was: it doesn't matter who you are, as long as like you look good, you carry yourself well, like I'm attracted to you, like what goes on inside your fucking pants, like I don't care for that until, you know, like until it's time for us to have sex, where I'm just like, all right, what's going on with you?
You can have a deeper bond than just physical.
Right, but now to like just make it simpler, I find that like for me, I just men and women. I like clear-cut visuals of the person. I also find that like outward appearance is also very important to me too. Like I have to like your style, and it's like your outward appearance, if you're identifying or to appear to be perceived as one way or another. We're not
ready for the obese one.
Oh no.
No, because I was talking to Blasphemous about it the other day, and
does he share my opinion?
You know who shares his opinion? His best Judy. She lives in in New York, and she's Indian descent, like Indian from India. Yes.
So she's bi people.
Okay. She's Asian? Asian descent. And she is like, I love y'all. If I ever get to y'all, no. Wait. Because
she does not want to be fat.
No.
Okay. Me and her are
canceled. Next podcast.
Yeah.
My sister. Okay. So
just because celery is good for you doesn't mean you can eat 10 million units of celery. That shit will kill you. Anyway, so bi men. I love bi men. Everyone
we stand by you.
Bi men, we stand by you. I love you. I want you.
You girls are, to be honest, like, yes. Like,
you have a number one fan.
There is a big stigma that they are unfaithful and they're this and that, but I feel like that's just a stereotype about... Yeah, I feel like that's just a big old stereotype again, so... It's case by case.
Yeah, it's case by case, because I do understand. Like, for instance, look at me. I've been in a committed heteronormative relationship for a long ass fucking time. But there have been moments where me and him were not seeing eye to eye. And let me tell you something, the moment I was free, bye, and I was already like onto like hello you, like it.
I am a flower. I need to bloom.
Bloom. Everyone wants to sniff me. And
but yeah, so why we hate bi men? I don't agree. Y'all hate bi men.
Y'all hate bi men, and y'all have internal homophobia.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too. And they're going to the bad place.
To Sears.
To Sears.
Cancel.